All right, hey guys, so we have this beautiful 2013 Audi S8 in for a CarPlay upgrade. So we get questions on this vehicle a lot because it has the pop-up screen, right? So this has that screen that kind of just vanishes in the dash. So a lot of people wonder if we can retrofit Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to this vehicle. And the answer is yes. So on this particular vehicle, you do have to control it via either voice or via the MMI controller. But it still allows you to do everything. You're able to use Siri, you're able to use Google. So it's really nice on an older, if it's a little bit older vehicle, but this is an amazing vehicle. Look at the shape that it's in. It's got all the beautiful carbon fiber, aluminum. I mean, it's just a great car. It just has really old technology. So we can help with that. So a lot of times we get the question is, a lot of these kits, you see them online and you see them very cheap or very inexpensive, right? And they're like, but one of the main things there's a couple things that you have to keep in mind. One is the kits are very similar, but what you're paying for is a company that stands behind it, a company that actually has tech support, a company that's in America. So it's really hard to deal with a company overseas because one, they don't speak the language. Two, you have to email them. And then three, there's a time difference, right? So it just becomes a really nightmare if you have any kind of problems. Now, if it goes perfect, great. But I've been doing this a long time and that never happens. So you always need some kind of technical support. Maybe it could be a dip switch setting, could be an adjustment, could be a screen adjustment. I mean, there's tons of stuff. And you don't want to have to wait days to get an answer, right? While you have your car in a million pieces, right? So again, they tout it as plug and play, right? They sell it as plug and play, you can do it yourself. I will tell you, especially on a vehicle like this, doing it yourself is really difficult. I mean, first you have to be really handy. Second, you have to have all the proper tools. And third, you have to be willing to take apart. Like in this particular vehicle, we had to take apart the entire dash, center, quite a bit of the vehicle without obviously marring the carbon fiber or the aluminum or any of that. And then the other major problem that we see a lot, because we do have some clients that attempt it themselves because online they watched a YouTube video and somebody says it was easy or whatever. And on these vehicles, on a lot of the European vehicles, there's no space. So you have this box, which is the brain unit behind the CarPlay piece that has to live somewhere in the vehicle. Well, these cars are built to really tight tolerances and there's not a lot of space to just jam a giant brain in, right? So you have to be really methodical about where the wires run, where the brain lives, how you reassemble everything. So, I mean, it's very involved. Don't let them fool you with this plug and play stuff because, again, it's awesome. It is plug and play. There is no cutting of any wires. There is no chopping, nothing, none of that. But it still involves an insane amount of work and knowledge to be able to do the plug and play part, right? If the car just fell apart for you and you could plug it in and then the car put itself back together, great. But there's still a lot involved in getting to the portion of the actual plug and play. Even once it plugs in, it may not play. So this is where tech support comes in, right? This is where dealing with an American company, this is where paying extra money. Sometimes it's double. So, you can find the same part. People are like, oh, I can find the same part online for half the price. It's like, okay, great. But it comes with no support, not half the support, no support, right? So when you have to call, when you have a problem, when it's the wrong part, when you need a different adapter, there's nobody to help you, right? When you're paying the extra money, you're not paying for the extra money as far as the part, you're paying for the extra money in the backing, in the quality control, the tech support, they're gonna handle it if something is wrong or broken. So just keep all that in mind. Don't just look at price, because price is very misleading, especially when you're talking about like an Audi S8 or a BMW or, I mean, especially some of your higher end vehicles, right? They're more money for a reason, right? And the parts are more money for a reason. So again, if you get lucky and everything works out of the gate, fantastic. But for the most part, that is not the case.